The war cruiser Dominion of Vorgoth hung in orbit above Earth like a dark moon made of malice. Its hull stretched 3 kilometers from bow to stern, plated in black obsidian alloy that had swallowed the light of 100 suns without flinching. Inside its command bridge, Supreme Warlord Kryn Voss leaned back in his throne of carved bone and smiled. The transmission had already been sent. 72 hours. That was all he had given them. Surrender every government, every military installation, every resource on the planet, or he would begin with the cities. His second-in-command, Commander Drell, studied the readings from the surveillance drones they had scattered across the surface. They seem confused, my warlord. Their leaders are arguing with one another. Some are crying. Kryn Voss waved a clawed hand dismissively. They always cry. Every species cries at first. He had conquered 41 worlds. He knew the pattern. Panic. Then pleading. Then submission. He had never encountered anything else. Not yet. 3,000 meters below the Rocky Mountains, inside a reinforced bunker that didn't appear on any public map, General Marcus Webb stood at the head of a table surrounded by the most dangerous minds on Earth. The room was dead quiet except for the hum of servers and the sound of someone nervously tapping a pen. Webb was 61 years old, built like a refrigerator with a crew cut, and he hadn't slept in 31 hours. He studied the holographic projection of the alien warship rotating above the table and exhaled slowly through his nose. They gave us 72 hours, said Dr. Ellen Marsh, the lead xenobiologist, her voice tight. Their broadcast has been decoded. The Vorgothi have conquered 41 civilizations, Marcus. 41. 41, Webb repeated. He picked up the pen the nervous analyst had abandoned. Turned it in his fingers. What happened to those civilizations? Marsh hesitated. Absorbed. Enslaved. Stripped of identity and resources. Webb nodded slowly. Then they've never met us before. He looked around the room, at the engineers, the generals, the scientists, the cyber warfare specialists, the former special operators who had been pulled from every shadow program the government had ever denied owning. Here's what they don't know, Webb said, setting the pen down. They picked the one species on this planet that spent 10,000 years trying to kill itself. We invented chemical weapons before we invented antibiotics. We built nuclear bombs before we built the internet. We have been preparing for an existential war our entire history. We just didn't know who the enemy was going to be. He looked up at the warship's projection. Now we do. He turned to Colonel Dana Reyes, who headed the Classified Weapons Division. Dana. Tell them what we have. Reyes allowed herself the smallest smile. Everything. Warlord Kryn Voss expected silence. He expected the humans' primitive satellites to go dark, their leaders to broadcast tearful surrenders, their military channels to go cold. Instead, every system on his ship screamed at once. Warlord, electromagnetic pulse wave, it's targeted, it came from the surface. Navigation is down. Shields are responding but the frequency is adaptive, it's learning our shield modulation in real time. Kryn Voss gripped his throne. Impossible. Their technology is 2 centuries behind ours. It was, Drell whispered, staring at his console in horror. Through the viewport, Kryn watched streaks of light rise from the planet's surface, hundreds of them, then thousands. Not simple missiles. Something more intelligent. They moved in coordinated swarms, shifting formation mid-flight, communicating with one another, redirecting around every defensive measure his ship fired back at them. And then the hacking began. Every screen on his bridge flickered. And in perfect, calm English, a single voice spoke through every speaker system on the Dominion of Vorgoth simultaneously. It was General Marcus Webb. This is Earth. You came here looking for a species that would surrender. We are not that species. You have 72 hours to leave our solar system. After that, we stop being polite. Warlord Kryn Voss stood at the viewport for a long time, watching his weapons systems fail one by one, watching the swarms of human ordnance carve perfect patterns around his ship like wolves circling prey. He had conquered 41 worlds. He had never once considered the possibility of retreating. He turned to Drell. Set a course away from this system. His voice was very quiet. And Drell? Yes, Warlord. Remove Earth from our target lists. He paused. And warn every other empire. Back on the surface, General Marcus Webb watched the massive warship turn and burn its engines toward deep space. Around him, the room erupted. He didn't cheer. He just picked up his pen, sat down, and started planning for the next one. Because there was always a next one. And humanity would be ready.